So really struck by how each woman talked about remembering their soul and remembering who they are. And it's touched me so deeply because we have such the powerful gift as women of being the leaders of the tribe, of being the teachers and the teachers of children, the teachers of other women, the teachers of other tribes. Like we're always passing these gifts down. And I feel that everybody looks to the women to do this.
Hey, friend. So, what happens after the formal Earth Day panel ends and the circle keeps glowing? As promised, I said we were going to bring you the special bonus after party episode that captures the warmth, the wisdom, and the raw beauty of what unfolded when the Earth Day panelists stayed on to share from their hearts, unscripted, unfiltered, unshakably real. And together, we explored what it means to return to safety, live with courage, and honor our sacred needs as alignment with nature herself. So, from nervous system resets to the Empress card, sound as medicine, and sacred micro moments in the bathroom or the backyard, this conversation was a tapestry of reminders to shake, breathe, soften, and return. You are going to hear reflections on how courageous it is to live authentically and lead spiritually, why remembering who we are is an act of leadership and love, micro regulation tools like humming, breathwork, tea rituals, and tree gazing, what the cacao plant teaches us about honoring our own needs, sisterhood, spiritual stewardship, and the deep medicine of women gathering. This was a soul bath, a safety drumbeat, and a collective exhale. So I hope you'll keep expanding your capacity to feel good one breath at a time as you listen to this fun after party mini-sode. Enjoy. Hey, love, if your soul has been whispering for more connection, more clarity, more you, come join us for a truly sacred weekend. The Goddess of Light Retreat, happening September 28th to the 30th, 2025, in the breathtaking energy of Mount Hood National Forest in Oregon. This immersive retreat is an Akashic record reading certification and soul activation experience designed to bring you home to your deepest knowing and infinite wisdom of the Akashic. We'll gather in sisterhood to open the Akashic records. You will learn to read the Akashic for yourself and for others through a powerful 4-part training that begins before the retreat and culminates in our live graduation ceremony in Oregon. And if for any reason you don't feel fully empowered by the end of our retreat, we're going to have a couple more Zooms afterwards. It's not just about learning. This is about empowering you. This is about embodying the full spectrum of what it means to open the Akashic. We will infuse our time together with transformational breathwork, Reiki, and art activation with Amy Tangerine, cacao ceremony, forest waterfall walk, and space to integrate in nature while soaking in the hot tub that's an indoor-outdoor hot tub, having fully catered, nourishing meals, and some quiet magic time. This is about remembering who you are and why you're here. It's about unlocking your gifts in a circle that sees you and supports you. Spots are intentionally limited, so head to the link in the show notes or reach out to me directly to feel into whether this is for you. I would be honored to welcome you into the Akashic Records and into this sacred retreat. Welcome to the Authentic Creative, where we expand our capacity to feel good one deep breath, one bold choice, and maybe a little bit of magic at a time. I'm Siri Baruch Thornton, healer, creative, and lifelong explorer of all things energy, self-expression, and joy. With over 26 years of experience in Reiki, Akashic Records, and transformational breathwork, I've learned that feeling good is not a luxury, it's a practice. And sometimes it's a little messy. This podcast is here to help you trust your intuition, break the rules, the ones that need breaking, and live more fully in your gifts. So give yourself a deep breath, get cozy, and let's dive in. Okay, go ahead, Heidi.
Siri, my love, you are such a gift. You are such a divine channel, a poet, a community gatherer, and it's really a blessing to be in your presence and to be in the presence of the women that you continue to bring together. It takes courage, it takes a fearlessness, and I really just honor you and continuing to show up for yourself and so many. Thank you.
Thank you, Heidi. Thank you for being such an integral part of these conversations. I just so appreciate you.
I want to echo that. And after Joanna's share, I just saw you as this conductor, and you're like conducting the orchestra that's playing all of us instruments. And I just felt so grateful to that you're like a musical conductor, but also like conductor. You like make these electrical connections between all of us. And you're just amazing. I love how you incorporate your poetry. It reminds me of Sensei. And um, I shared at the beginning, I don't think anybody saw it, but during that first song that you played for us before we started recording,
Mama.
I had this vision of all of us women standing in a circle holding hands, and how each one of our voices was striking a specific chord out into the universe that was going to land into somebody that really needed that medicine. So, and then that became my prayer for this whole gathering. I
Thank
think you
you
did
for
that.
thank you for that reflection. That's so powerful. And you know, you are each, like you said, an instrument, and we're talking about fine-tuning our instruments and clearing our instruments so that we can be these radiant, harmonious voices that create this chorus of love and remembrance. And I just so appreciate how each of you have shown up in the world and in my life. And each of you, I know Heidi left, but like have the courage to show up in your truth. I mean, it takes courage. Specifically, I know Heidi left, but like to show up and be a steward of microdosing, like there's a lot of judgment around that. So that people can have. And so like it takes courage to live authentically. It takes courage for us to use our voices as spiritual entrepreneurs, as healers, as women. It takes courage for us to keep coming back and coming back and coming back and coming back and coming back. But what's the alternative? Like this is our calling, is to be these leaders, to help other women, to help, and children, like Janine does, like, and our men, so that so we can be, that we're the mirror to remind the people in our network of who they are by coming back to our center. So it's brave work that we're all doing, and I'm inspired by each of you.
That's such beautiful words, Siri, and everybody. I feel like just being in all of your presence, it brings me home to myself, and it raises the bar. Like every time I hear each of you speak about your experience, I mean, I've just had all these reminders to be even more in tune with nature and more, what more can I do? My partner's out there, like he's got the whole gardening thing. That's his thing. And I'm so and to remember to be grateful for that, because maybe I'm the one that's like, let's be positive and let's breathe and let's chant and do all this, and let's not worry about things. But like, he's got that connection down, and he doesn't have to have the same words or the same new age, lingo that I have. And
Yes, yes,
all
yes.
of you are just nice to reconnect with you, Sierra. Nice to meet you, Janine, Johanna, Shannon. You're all so absolutely inspiring to me. And I really also appreciated meeting Heidi. I listened to that episode about where
Microdosing, yeah.
you interviewed her, because it was a recent one where you interviewed her about the microdosing, and it was actually a reminder to me that that's better medicine for me than some of the other directions I was going down. So, my heart is so full. It's just so great.
Me too. My heart is very full being in sisterhood with you. Does anyone else have any reflections or any aha moments or anything that they wanted to share earlier but they couldn't?
Well, I was struck by a lot of people sharing about returning to safety, and
Oh
this sense
yeah.
Mhm.
of safety and how we can't create unless we feel safe, right? But interesting also that you talked about courage, because there's some impulse, there's some inclination like, well, if I'm returning to safety, do I need courage? I think it takes courage to even choose to leave the routine, right? There's courage to the return to safety is an act of courage, and it is a building of that courage to remember that we are safe and to be bold, even in the face of, situations that seem a little scary, especially right now in the world. There are a lot of things that it's easy to get
Yeah.
worried. It's easy to get
A lot of voices banging the drum of fear.
right.
A lot of fear drumming. And it's like, we got a safety drum. We got a
Yeah,
safety
it's
drum.
not a Pollyanna. It's not like something that like these things don't matter, but a remembering like we do live in these little communities. We live in these direct connections with each other, with nature, with presence, with breath. That is an act of courage. It brings us the safety to help others feel the courage to change.
Yeah. Yeah, that's like the song in the breathwork that we had, the Sia song, The Courage to Change.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Because, it's the old loops and systems that, what did she say, 35 years and younger? Heidi was saying if you're under 35, it's easier to change, but over 35, like the neural pathways are kind of set. So we have to intentionally do the tea ceremonies. We have to intentionally go out in nature and be in awe of nature. We have to intentionally breathe. We have to intentionally have our sound bowl ceremonies and intentionally create the documentary that's going to remind us of the magic and tribe.
I think also the only way to have the courage, because it's hard work. It's probably the hardest work there is to surrender to doing the work, to coming back to self. There's a lot of resistance built into our culture and within our ego that says, no, I don't, it's too scary, too painful. We can only do it in community. And I feel like moments like this, the world needs more of these little pockets moving around to kind of hold us all accountable to ourselves, essentially, because it doesn't exist, in a isolation.
Yeah, it's true. It's really harder to do it on our own, and we do each do it on our own individually. Every day we find our way back to center, but the more powerful amplification, the speedier way is when, Janine, you facilitate those big group sessions. It's like then that kind of domino effect that we see in the breathwork sessions can happen so much quicker. We can go through our transformation so much quicker because we're in community and we can reverberate with like, oh yeah, you're releasing, you're surrendering. Okay, now I can surrender too. Oh, okay. And we can collectively breathe again. Yeah.
I was really struck by how each woman talked about remembering their soul and remembering who they are. And it's touched me so deeply because we have such the powerful gift as women of being the leaders of the tribe, of being the teachers and the teachers of children, the teachers of other women, the teachers of other tribes. Like we're always passing these gifts down. And I feel that everybody looks to the women to do this. And so it struck me because the more that we're in alignment with who we are and we can remember our connection and that connection to source, the more powerful we can be as leaders and teachers to the generation that are coming before us, or no, after us, but also that healing and that remembering to all the generations that were behind us and how that, helps to kind of forward that growth and that lineage. And I also really, really loved speaking with you and watching you facilitate everybody, Siri, in this community. And when you were speaking directly with me, I really felt that transmission. There was definitely that like energetic feel in my body where it really felt like a channel. And that's really the power of what you're bringing as well. You really are kind of bringing that knowledge through people, through me. And yeah, this has been really, really beautiful.
I'm listening and I'm looking down because I'm trying to get the tarot card that you just made me think of. Okay, so two of them. Well, one is Sierra. Thank you for that reflection, Shannon. One is the womb keepers stereotyped. And, look at us, the empresses that we are,
Mm.
the Empress card in the tarot. And then what you were saying, Shannon, I thought of the lovers and the men looking to the woman and the woman looking to source.
Mm.
And right, because that is our role, is we are the connectors to source. We are the portals. And our men need us, our children need us to remember, like you said, like we all said, to be in connection. And when we're in that deep connection, who was saying, Luana was talking about the cacao being, not high demand, but she said something about the cacao being like it kind of needs a lot, like high maintenance or something, but not, yeah. And I was just thinking of the metaphor of the way she spoke about the cacao was so much about us and Mother Earth. And I was just like, oh my goodness, like how many times have I, and maybe you, judged ourselves for needing, for having needs, or for, needing to go outside and take a break, or like needing to commune with spirit, or needing to get out of the 3D and expand. And it's like, oh no, that is like, with the cacao, it was like, oh, we honor that it needs all of these things, that it needs the sun, that it needs the earth, that it needs the rain, that it needs to expand, that it needs very special conditions. Like we honor that about the cacao. And I'm just thinking about how magical it is when we come and we are mirrors for each other, and we can remember like, oh yeah, all of my needs, all of my 10-dimensional self is necessary, for us to be these aligned portals. I hear typing.
I needed
Yes.
to write that down. I was like, oh, that's so good.
No, I was thinking the other day, I was like, oh my God, if I go 3 days in a row where I don't self-care, I'm like terrible. Like,
Yeah.
it's not good. I'm no good for anyone. And to
Yeah.
just own that, I need to make sure, probably before 3 days, but I need to make sure that I give that to myself, or I'm no use to my children, to my husband, to the people I work with, to my friends, no one. And so it's like, I think as you get older too, you start to surrender more to, okay, so how do I make that, ritual like Shannon, like how do I can do it every morning, just chanting, like all the ways we do it, we have to make sure we do it. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, the other day I've been in a whole tunnel of exhaustion, and I'm just coming out of it literally like today. And I wanted so badly to be with my family over the weekend, and I made myself. I was with them, I was present, but I was not fun to be around. So it's like, what is this serving? Because Jake's like, could you just go take care of yourself? Because honestly, I know you're with us and you're present, but like, this is not helpful. Yeah.
I think that also speaks to the necessity of having these quick tools to shift your energy, because nobody has a full day. Not everybody. I shouldn't say nobody. Oftentimes we don't have a full day. So to be able to like pop into the bathroom and do like 30 seconds of breath work, or just take 5 breaths, or sitting and having a cup of tea, or just even putting your feet on the ground in nature, or looking at a tree, whatever these small moments are, to bring us back into our bodies, because it's really hard to take a full day. And oftentimes it's like trying to find a moment of stillness within the chaos in the bathroom. Like, I can't tell you, when I'm a former hairstylist. So when I worked in the salon, I would sometimes just go to the bathroom and I would just take like 3 breaths, and I would just sit there with my eyes closed for a few moments, running like a visualization of light or a waterfall or just something to clear my energy, so that I could kind of uh, energize my body up, almost like turn up the dial of my energy, and then be able to return feeling balanced, but also, really able to complete, the day or whatever was happening. And I feel like life happens like that all the time. Holidays, families, kids, everything. So it's nice to have these moments. And, nature is it's such a plethora of moments to just return really quickly, just like touching something or your face in the sun for a moment.
So true. Yeah, I step outside in the morning when my dog needs to be let out. Instead of getting annoyed about all the times that she wants to get let out, she just wants to be outside all day long. I use it as an invitation, as a little accountability to say, okay, I'm going to step outside, take a few deep breaths, get real high, scream at the top of my lungs, what's going on? Like I just use that as like that precious moment. Oh, the first thing in the morning, step outside, take a deep breath. It can, like you said, Shannon, it can be these like micro moments to just connect. We can do it quickly. And Cora was talking about how quickly.
Yeah, I wanted to
Yeah.
speak to that because Cora, yeah, we're gonna take a nap. This is Rhea, everyone. Um,
Hi, Ray.
I loved how Cora said to express it, first to release it, because I'll find myself, and Rhea knows that sometimes I'll just need to go, ah, just like, ah, and just like kind of explode for a moment, and then I'm like, okay, what do you need?
Yeah. Yeah,
And it does help.
it
So
does.
that
Yeah.
that really, I feel like, gave me permission to, keep expressing however I need to.
Beautiful.
Thank you, Siri, and thank you, everyone.
You're so welcome.
Mm.
So, this was our little after party nuggets, afterglow, little bits of wisdom that came through, which I think was really exciting and fun. If there's any last, pieces that you guys want to weave in, feel free.
I love that you were touching on the quick ways that we can reset, right? And just to like, I was taking notes, some of that express and release. Gratitude for me is one. If I can just find anything to be grateful for, to take a moment for myself, or to just, if I need to just yell into a pillow, right? Somebody talked the sound as massage, right? That there are sonic massages that shift our energy, shift our vibration through me being the source of the sound. Sometimes if I need to go sing a song to myself,
Yes.
or I need to go make a loud noise or listen, play a sound bowl. I don't have good big ones. I'm going to get one now because I heard that today. But like, if it's play a song that I love, maybe get a little dance in, or drinking a cup of tea, setting an intention into the water and then taking that water into my body. What a beautiful way to quickly reset, because as you said, we don't have, Shannon, we don't have all day. Most of us don't have a whole day to reset. And I think with so many different things coming at us most days, we we need little moments to kind of reset. And what a gift that
Yeah. Yeah, we're overstimulated. We're taking in way too much. Not Jana has said this, but someone else was talking about the amount, I guess it was Heidi, that we take in. We're overstimulated. So those somatic practices, humming, dancing, gratitude's not somatic, but anything. And then this is the new one I learned, is this one.
happen.
Ugh, I love this. And then the washing machine. I just relearned the washing machine one where you just like whip your hands back and forth.
And hit the kidneys. As you go around to the other side, you can keep your hands like this, and you curl around, and you hit your kidneys here, and it actually
Ah,
you whip around. If you let your arm swing,
okay.
it also kind of moves that energy.
That's so good.
Good. It's so good.
Oh, okay.
So
So,
good.
yeah,
It's actually really, really good for resetting nervous and not any kind of
shaking.
energy. A lot of animals reset by stress. Like sometimes, in fight or flight mode, if we find ourselves in that, animals will literally shake after they run away. And we as physical beings. It's like socially not normal to like go around and shake. But
Yeah.
it's really helpful.
Animals
so
shake
go in
after
the
a cuddle
bathroom.
session.
After a what?
Sorry, Rebecca, what?
Even after a cuddle session, my dog will want to like do a little shake. I'm like, you were just with me, like basking in all the cuddle. It was just nothing but just like bliss. But now, like, there needs to be the separation between that experience and whatever you're going to do next. You will shake afterwards.
So good.
And yeah, and
Shake
we're
it off.
and we're animals, so we got to shake it off. Oh my gosh. All right, so maybe we need to like have little like shake it off check-ins once a month. We'll be like, let's do a shake it off check-in.
I love it.
Dance party. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much. Shannon, especially for coming into a new group. Like, thank you. And Janine for bringing Shannon into this realm and just for being my sweet angel friend for so many years.
I
And
love
Jo-
you.
I love you.
So proud of you.
Thank you. Guys who are listening, keep expanding your capacity to feel good, one breath at a time. I'll put everyone's links or whatever they give me in the show notes and you can check them out. And we'll see you next time. Bye. Imagine having a space each week where your body feels safe to release, your heart softens, and your breath becomes your guide. My transformational breathwork infused with Reiki 10-session series is a powerful healing journey that helps you regulate your nervous system, repattern emotional responses, expand your capacity to receive love, rest, joy, and abundance, access intuition and clarity with ease, strengthen your connection to your body, your truth, and your energy. In each 75-minute session, we use attractive breath, vocal release, Reiki energy healing, and somatic tools like movement, sound, and vibration to clear stored stress, emotions, and old patterns. Breath opens the body, Reiki supports integration, and the combination invites deep transformation. Over the course of 10 sessions, you may notice better sleep and digestion, more calm and presence in your relationships, reduced anxiety, overthinking, and emotional reactivity, greater alignment with your purpose and wisdom, and opening to your creativity, a tangible shift in how you feel, lighter, more grounded, more alive, more you. These sessions create a container for true change. Whether you are calling in abundance, healing from stress or loss, preparing for a new chapter, or simply ready to feel more connected to your aliveness, this is for you. Sessions are available online or in person for individuals, couples, or small groups, and you'll receive loving support and intuitive guidance every step of the way. Reach out through the link in the show notes or message me directly to begin. Your breath is ready. Your body is ready. Let's begin. If this episode resonated with you, I have one simple request for you to give yourself a moment to leave a 5-star review and share a few words about what the Authentic Creative meant to you. Your review isn't just for me, it's for the people out there searching for inspiration, healing, and reminder that they're not alone. Each review helps this podcast reach more souls who need this conversation, these breakthroughs, and this magic. So if this show has uplifted you in any way, expanded you in any way, or sparked something inside of you, pay it forward by rating, reviewing, and sharing it. Thank you for being here, for listening, and for being a part of this incredible community. Keep shining.